only one person can actually hear Max's voice when when they turn the power on, like when they start the Easter egg. Only one person can apparently hear Max's voice. I can't really say for sure. Leave a comment if you say, oh no, that everyone can hear the voice of Max's. That would be kind of good to like double check that. But yeah. Now, relating this back to the TV that I was talking about at the start, like I'm feeling back that this TV is actually like something that's really, really, really important. Like before Black Ops 2 was released, before the zombie trailer was released, the video was about, it just had a TV there. Now this wasn't like a spoiler, or it wasn't just a pointless trailer. It was actually a clue to the Easter egg, because the TV told you tons of information about what's actually happening. So another thing that the TV tells us is that the voices can only be heard by people who have not chosen their side yet. Now, this is kind of calling for a war, really. Like, who have not chosen their side, people who have not chosen their side yet, kind of suggest a war. And there's actually, as we all know, there's actually two parts of the Tower of Babel achievement, which is Dr. Max's side and ritchofen side, and you can actually choose which one you want to do, and you can choose your side. This doesn't really make any sense, but I can relate this to grief mode, as people kind of try to kill each other, but that doesn't really matter. Like, that's kind of like a little thing that I put together, but it doesn't really make any sense. But the TV clearly states that the voices can only be heard by the people who have not chosen their side yet, and that's pretty spooky, saying that like you can choose your side with ritchofen or maxis. So now another question that we had was where are we? Like, where is Green Run? Where is Transit? Now, after we complete the Easter egg, like we see all the stuff going through the power lines, all the energy, and this does. Going back to where we are, I'm just gonna say that like we're pretty sure that we're in America. Like, it's kind of makes sense if we're in America, but also the writing on the top of the number plate on the bus at the back, it actually says, you can faintly see it. It says Colorado. Now, Colorado isn't really that close to Area 51, but it's in that suggested area. So the XP79, I think it is, doesn't actually mean anything. Well, it doesn't really mean anything at the moment, but through that number plate, we know we're in America. We know we are now in Colorado. And that after you complete the Easter egg, that the energy is pulsing through those power lines to other places, probably around America. So yeah, like that could be sending power out. Like, Dr. Maxis and ritchofen could be sort of having a kind of war against each other about who can control the most power in America, like who can have the most pylons on their side, and that will give them more of a chance of beating each other, sort of thing. But yeah, so moving on, this might all sound like a bit weird. You should probably watch this video twice just to like make sure you get it. But moving on, I talked to you before at the start of the video about a thing called Groom Lake. Now, Groom Lake is like, if you looked on Google Maps, it's kind of that white thing in the middle of Area 51. So in Transit, Groom Lake is actually mentioned by two things. First, it is mentioned by the bus driver. He refers to it as the lake. Now, this like doesn't really mean anything. It's just like he's just saying the lake, and we can't really say it's Groom Lake, but he's saying that something about some sort of lake somewhere, and it's really important or something like that. So the next thing is the TV. Now, this is just about the third or fourth transmission we got through from the TV, and this was that TV doesn't actually give coordinates for generally Area 51. It actually pinpoints it on Groom Lake. Now, I don't really know what this means. Like, I kind of made that relation between the bus driver and the TV, that they're both kind of talking about a lake, and the TV giving the coordinates for this Groom Lake. Um, Groom Lake's just in Area 51. It's not really anything special. Um, so Groom Lake, it's another good thing to know. It's another thing that we discovered that we thought was really, really cool. So yeah, moving on. Nacht or untoten. Now, in transit, you guys probably might have been to nacht or untoten. And if you played it in World at War, you know that you play as American soldiers who have like crashed somewhere in America, and they've taken refugee in nacht or untoten. Now, saying that it's in America, it doesn't really strike it as odd or anything, but it could have been anywhere in America. So a lot of the people are actually saying that nacht or untoten was supposed to be just a little Easter egg, kind of a tribute to the original zombies. But I'm actually thinking differently. Like, I feel that nacht or untoten is actually supposed to be there. Like, it's not just there because it's a tribute, but it's supposed to be there because in World at War, the American soldiers crashed on their homeland somewhere. Nobody knows where, and I feel that like transit is actually built around nacht or untoten, saying that nacht or untoten was where the first original zombies was set, and that it was anywhere in America. So I feel that nacht or untoten was actually supposed to be there in transit, and it's not just as a tribute. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. If obviously nacht or untoten now has been the building has been overrun, obviously from the zombie invasion. You can't go through the help room, or you can't go upstairs.